Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Thank you for being here with me today. Unfortunately, I couldn't be here earlier today, so I am here with you now. So thank you. Hopefully, to everyone who subscribed, they will get the message. And I am here with you today. So thank you for being here. So happy Friday to everybody. TGIF, because it's been a long week. It's been a hectic week, and um, lot of meetings and things going on. So I again couldn't get to you earlier as I wanted to. However, before I start to get into the discussion today of this video, I really want to take the time and thank all of you for sharing these videos and for subscribing here, commenting, and letting other people know about these videos. I show a lot of gratitude because of it, because I know that these videos are going to help other people. And I'm already getting comments from newcomers that are listening and tuning into this channel on a regular, and they're telling me how it's helping them. People uh, who have just maybe recently lost loved ones and they're grieving. And I know, because in the beginning, people are so hard. I understand. And, I want people to continue to be here, as much as you can, because it's important. And in order to get through this, you can't do this all by yourself. And even for those who are going through grief and maybe they are doing this silently, please tune in, because I want you to be here as well, because you need to hear these messages. You need to know that there are ways to uplift yourself and get through the process, because it's bad. It's really probably one of the worst pains that we're ever going to feel, but we can get through this. And as we continue to show up here and talk about it and different topics, and then I talk about ways that I still get through it, because even though I'm here and I'm on this channel, I still have my moments too. It's not as bad as it was in the beginning, but I still have those trigger moments, is what I call them, trigger moments of grief. I'm saying grease. Oh my God. Anyway, grief is what I'm saying. I still have those trigger moments, and I could be someplace, I could be out. It happens, and just let yourself go through it and feel what you need to feel. So thank you for being here. The topic of discussion today is take one day at a time. Don't rush the process. Just take one day at a time. I hope everyone is taking care of their mental and physical health, and include laughter somewhere down the line. Even if you're in the beginning of your griefs, grieving, I know laughter is probably not on the table right now, but as you go through it and start to feel better, put that on your to-do list. Do things for you that's going to make you feel better and uplift your spirit, because you can be down in the dumps for a long time, people, a long time. I know, and I know how it feels. I was having some comment. I was looking and reading some comments that someone posted about, the grief and the pain. Sending you hugs, lots of hugs, and take care of your mental and physical health, because that's important. Make sure you take care of yourself. You're eating properly, drink plenty of water, and just, take it one day at a time, and I know what that feels like. Like I said, I lost so much during the shutdown, and it's never easy. And some people would say, "Oh, we're all going to pass away or whatever," but not like that. Not like we did. Not like what we saw during the shutdown. I mean, just a domino effect of it. And even today, you turn on the news, you hear all these stars, celebrities passing away. They're dropping like flies, and it's like, oh wow, and it's hard when you lose someone, especially a parent. or a pet or a spouse, even a child is so difficult. And it's one of the worst pains in the world, but we can get through it. And I keep saying that because if I can do it, you guys can do it. I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm going to say this every video because I don't want people to say, oh, she's talking about A, B, C, and D, and she's not even a therapist. No, I am not a therapist at all. I have a degree, but not in social work or therapy or any of that. I am just speaking to you from a place of a person who had so much pain on my plate that I, at one point in time, didn't think I was going to make it because the pain was overwhelming. I had never felt that before. And losing my mom, it was just so hard, difficult. We're in a shutdown, couldn't have a funeral, had to have a memorial service online, etc., for two family members, and it goes on and on and on. That my dog passed away. Actually, he had to be put down because he was suffering too much. And it went on and on and on. Then a friend was found, dead in her apartment, and it goes on and on. It was too much. And the triggers, if you're not experiencing that already, anyone who's experiencing the triggers, oh my God, I didn't know about that. You know, I know about the grief, but not that things will trigger it. Like I was out in the store and I had a purchase to have a plant um, put at my mom's gravesite. And when I was in the store, I saw a picture of a plant that was similar to what I purchased for my mom's gravesite. And I just left the store, left everything in the store, went in a car. I couldn't even drive for a minute because I was so um, overwhelmed with the grief. In the beginning, it can be really difficult. I used to be balled up in a fetal position for like the first year. And I just felt like there was something wrong. But, the pain was so overwhelming because I guess not having the closure, because we couldn't have a funeral. We had to have a memorial service, and she had COVID. So they took her body from New York to North Carolina to the family plot, and she was buried there. We had no closure. We just had to have a memorial service. So this is why I want to get myself together so that I can go pay my respects at the gravesite. I was talking to my therapist about that earlier today, and I said I don't know because I still have those trigger moments. And I had one probably about, let's see, 3 weeks ago, where I was just balled up in a fetal position because there was something going on. I want to talk to my mom about it, and it's just like it's hard. And I understand people. I understand, and sometimes you may have people in your life who don't understand. How you're feeling. I had somebody say you should be over it now. You never get over this. You get through it, but you never get over the loss. It's a tremendous loss. Are you kidding me? You never get over it. But what I do, some of the things that I do is I keep myself busy. In the beginning, it was hard because we were in a shutdown. We couldn't go anywhere. But during that time, I cried a lot, and I slept a lot. And at first it was hard, but I was busy with my dog because he was still here. And then he got sick, and then, it was just horrific. And I went through all these things alone. I didn't have anybody there with me to hold my hand and help me through these things. I went through it alone. I, turned to God into prayer, deep prayer all the time. In the beginning, I was angry. It's angry prayers, not just where I am with God today. But it was hard, people. It's hard. There's nothing easy about this. And I still have moments. Sunday is still a difficult day for me. Get Sunday nights in particular, because that's, I used to talk to my mom a lot. And during that time, she's in a nursing home, call on Sundays, talk to her, and it was just, it's hard, but you have to let yourself feel the pain. It's an outlet, the crying. And don't think that you're weak or anything like that because you allow yourself to cry. Let yourself feel the pain. You don't have to share with everyone, you know. And if you have a good friend or anyone, family member, etc., that could just listen to you. Because sometimes we just want people to listen to us. You know, when I was going through that, I just wanted a lending ear, you know, someone who would understand what I was going through and the losses that was taking place and how tremendous that loss was for me and what I was feeling. But some of what I was feeling, I really had to connect with the therapist because it just felt it just anywhere I went because I started going to the gym a lot back then, and I remember one time going into the massage room they have back there after you work out, and I was triggered by something. I was balled up instead of you know, on the machines that massage you. I was balled up in a corner, you know, in a fetal position, and I couldn't help it because I was triggered by something that brought on the grief. Today, for example, I'm driving and I listen to 99.1 because they play a lot of music, combination of music from the 70s, 80s. And I heard a song that reminded me of my grandmother when I used to sit with her on the porch and the sun would be going down. They had a farm and I would be snapping beans. I remember one time snapping beans in a pot with her. And we had the radio on back then. A song, one of the songs, I'll tell you what the song was, Ventura Highway by America. I have a hard time listening to that song. It's a trigger, you know, but I've learned to control, you know, certain things trigger it. Then I worry about like, you know, people not understanding what's going on. Like what concerns me sometimes too, like I told my therapist, if I'm out somewhere and something triggers that grief, you know, how do I explain that? You know, and I just I don't know. I don't have it as bad as I used to, but it used to be bad. I mean, really bad. Um, like I said, a couple of weeks ago, it got bad, you know, and I was glad that I was here, you know, that I was home when it happened and not outside. But people who are in your life and who know what is going on, they will understand that. And if they don't, it's that's their problem because you have to take care of your physical and mental health and allow yourself to grieve. Also, keep in mind during the grieving process not to allow yourself to stay there because you will be stagnated. It can go into depression. Also, always keep telling yourself that your Passover loved one would never ever want you to be in that place of grief, to stay there. You know, we all, you know, in time get better. Time, you know, will help us to get better, but the loss is never forgotten. And we never get over the loss, but we can get through it. And, you know, it's important to connect with the therapist in your area. Find one that you can connect with so that you can have an outlet. Therapy is an outlet as well because you get to talk about how losing that loved one, you know, what you feel, the pain with it. And, you know, as you talk it out, little by little, you start to get better, you know. And, you know, I tell myself when I have those trigger moments, my mother would never, ever want me to stay in a place of depression and pain. She would want me to be living my life today to the fullest because she lived her life to the fullest. You know, she was full of life and we always traveled and did things, you know. She worked hard, but then she also played hard. When it was time for vacation, that was it. We always went on trips, had bus trips and things like that growing up, you know, and she would want me to live my life and not live it in depression, you know. So don't let the depression take a chokehold on you. You know, let yourself feel what you feel, and then in time, you get a grip on it. And one of the things I do is keep myself busy, and then I come in music, I have music on, and, you know, I take care of my health. Make sure you're eating, you're taking care of yourself. And also get connected to a bereavement group. I always say these two things when I'm on this channel. Get connected with the bereavement group. It's so important, people. And never allow toxicity to set in. If you have toxicity around you, find ways to establish boundaries and find ways to minimize that, because that's going to stagnate or slow the process of you healing. Anything that's going to affect your healing, do what you can to eliminate it, or either establish boundaries so that you don't have to take in much of that, because it's not good for your physical and mental health. And learn to love yourself, as you take steps like music, maybe puzzles, little things, because those little things, and you continue to do it consistently, helps you to feel better, you know. And when you feel better, you do better. And then we do better, we can take care of ourselves and our loved ones around us. But first, it's important to take care of us. It really is, because how can you take care of anything else if you don't take care of yourself? And to love yourself. When you love yourself, you know that it's important to set boundaries. You know that when you love yourself, it's important to take care of your physical and mental health by any means, you know? And I had to learn that. It took me a long time to learn that, and I still have my moments just like everybody else. I was talking to another friend, who lost her mother a year after I lost mine, and just to be in touch to see how she's doing. Check on people, who are in your life who lost loved ones, and let them know that you're there for them too. And when you reach out to others, it helps you as well. Me being on this channel helps me as well. Even though I'm here, helping other people, it helps me too. Let's learn to pay it forward as we start to get better. Because what I had to do is take that pain and turn it into a purpose, and that purpose into power, and that power into being here and paying it forward, and asking you guys to pay it forward as well. Because somebody needs to hear this message. Maybe a few somebodies need to hear this message, because some people are in a place of deep depression, which is not good, because if they stay there, it could lead to other things, and we don't want that at all. So we want to encourage and uplift and upbuild. Please share this video, share this message, subscribe to the channel, and let other people know that there's a safe spot here. And you can always leave me comments, and I will click on your comments or respond to them. Just know that you're not alone in this. You're definitely not alone in this, because there's so many people going through the same thing. And you will, as you interact with them, you will learn ways on how to deal with this situation, so that you take it one day at a time and one step at a time. Thank you all for being here today. I will be back on Monday. I'm really going to be here Monday through Friday, not on the weekends. So I will be back Monday with a new message. But listen to this video, share it with other people who need to hear it. And let's keep this a safe place to be. And let's keep telling other people about it. Thank you again. Everyone, have a great weekend. This is Lisa sending you love and light, encouragement always. I'll see you on Monday. Bye for now.